The topic of death seems a concept all too complex for my mind. Not that I can't think about the life that rises in the spring or the death that comes in the fall, but as practical knowledge, because practicality means that I would have to undergo death, and then I wouldn't be able to tell you guys what I've learned. But before I was born, I was nothing. And after we are all dead, we will be nothing. So maybe in some weird way, we understand it even a little bit. But then this leads to another dilemma. Was when I was born all the way to when I will die determined by one single path? Or is it infinite paths, changing, evolving, and shifting based on my free will? While contemplating the impermanence of life, I came to the conclusion that many of my actions throughout the day were meaningless. Repetitive actions that were short-term pleasurable fixes made me question the purposes of my own actions. Inevitably, one follows the cause and effect chain so deep that it loses any sense of practicality. But this cause and effect chain is exactly one of the main ideas of determinism, that we can never escape cause and effect. Biologists, physicists, psychologists, they all measure these cause and effect chains. Now aware of all the determinism in my life, I spiraled down meaninglessness. But I wanted something more. So I went in search of it. Is there free will or is there not free will? Can we still live a meaningful life without it? Last month, I came up with a thought experiment. If the universe has many paths that we're changing based on our free will, then there is free will, and we have it. But if the universe has one predetermined path, based on all of these cause and effect chains and reinforcers and contingencies, then the universe has free will, but everything else in it, not so much. Over the past week, I've been thinking about the survival mechanism of ego. Ego allows us to distinguish between I and you, I and them, I and it being the universe. But if this bridge between I and it disappeared, then you would have a sense of I am one with the universe, thus having access to its free will. But 99.9999% of humans that have ever lived have ego. And a healthy one is rather useful. It gives us a sense of identity and sometimes even purpose, and it helps us survive. So I came to the conclusion that there was both free will and determinism in the universe, and that a lot of the times we actually don't have access to it. But if we use these deterministic cause and effect chains to reinforce positive behavior and action, and if we use these brief moments where we lose our sense of identity to gain access to the universe's free will, then we can explore the unknowns. We can live a meaningful life if we just use these tools of free will and determinism.